storms, one on the road and one inside the Brown family, both brewing in silence, both ready to tear everything apart. As Mykelti and Tony drove straight into a tornado, another kind of storm was forming thousands of miles away when Kody and Robyn whispered the word. Pregnant. Brown family in turmoil. Tornado near-death shocking pregnancy rumor hit same week. Sister wives fandom explodes. No one knew that one drive and one secret would forever rewrite the sister wives' legacy.
When we were unpacking the house, she actually told us she's pregnant. This is Maddie's fourth baby. Thanks for outnumbering me.
We have to go back to Flagstaff, to the Brown family, to a time when everything seemed to finally be settling down. Mykelti and Tony were ready for a new start. Christine, newly remarried and radiant, offered to help her daughter pack up for North Carolina, the place where family roots could grow stronger. But no one knew. Nature had a different plan. Tornado warnings have been issued across the Midwest corridor. Travelers are urged to stay off the road. We thought it was just rain, but the sky, it changed color. She calls me the eggplant king because, apparently, I buy too many eggplants. The phrase, "all about eggplants," began as a family joke about Tony's love for gardening, cooking, and a certain emoji that made fans giggle. But that light-hearted joke became the title of the wildest episode in their lives. As their two-car convoy rolled through Kansas, Christine and David led in the SUV, Mykelti and Tony followed behind, their baby twins sleeping in the back seat. What happened next turned laughter into terror. Weather Service confirmed a tornado touchdown just 2 miles from Highway 56. Mykelti's dashcam captured it all. Mykelti. I could see it twisting. It looked alive. The family had seconds to react. Christine screamed over the phone, "Get off the highway!" But the nearest shelter was miles away. In that moment, time slowed. What mattered wasn't fame, wasn't family drama, it was survival. They pulled beneath an overpass, clutching each other, praying the wind would pass, and somehow, it did. When the storm ended, their car was dented, belongings scattered, and their nerves shattered. But the family was safe, and as they stepped out, the camera kept rolling. For many Sister Wives fans, this moment symbolized something bigger: survival, unity, and healing after years of public storms. That tornado was God's way of reminding them what really matters, family. But not everyone saw it that way. Online, the All About Eggplants chaos went viral: memes, edits, theories. Some fans laughed. Others called it staged. The Browns were divided again. Days later, fans noticed something strange. In one clip, the storm clouds didn't match the radar that day. Conspiracy channels claimed the tornado footage was edited, that the storm was part of a YouTube pilot Christine and Mykelti were secretly filming. And then a document surfaced, a permit for a dramatized recreation titled All About Eggplants, produced weeks before the supposed incident. So wait, was any of it real? Or was it just for views? I feel betrayed, again. The internet erupted. Some accused them of exploiting natural disasters for clicks. Others defended the family, saying it was just storytelling. The truth remains blurred. Months later, Mykelti posted a heartfelt vlog, no filters, no edits, just truth. Mykelti. It started real. It got scary. And maybe we handled it wrong, but we wanted to tell our story the way we lived it. Messy, human, and yes, a little dramatic. For many fans, forgiveness came easy. For others, trust was gone. But one thing was clear, the Brown story, like the storm, was far from over. In the end, All About Eggplants wasn't just about a tornado. It was about transformation. Sometimes the storm breaks you. Sometimes it makes you whole. If you thought this was wild, wait until you hear what really happened next in Christine Versus. The Network. The Sister Wives Fallout. Click the playlist now and remember, every storm has its secrets. Part 2. When the Sister Wives empire collapsed, Kody and Robyn stood alone, the last couple standing. Flagstaff was quiet, the family scattered. But behind those closed doors, not everything was peaceful. Robyn, we thought being alone would bring us peace. Instead, it brought us silence. For years, fans saw Robyn as the last wife, the favorite. But what no one knew was how fragile that final bond had become. Robyn's mystery medical visits, what's really going on? The truth behind those visits would soon explode across the internet. In early spring, sources close to the family claimed Kody and Robyn were starting over away from the cameras, away from judgment. They bought a new home on the edge of Flagstaff, miles from their old cul-de-sac. Kody, once the center of a plural marriage, was now a husband to one and desperate to prove he could still lead a family. Kody, interview. I've made mistakes. I want to rebuild with Robyn, with faith, with purpose. But rebuilding a home is one thing. Rebuilding trust? That's another story. And then, it happened. In May, Robyn's private Facebook post leaked, and what fans saw sent shockwaves through the Sister Wives universe. Fans went wild. Was Robyn Brown pregnant at 46? Was it real or another misinterpreted symbol of faith? If Robyn's really pregnant, this changes everything. Kody wanted more kids when the others didn't. Maybe this was the plan all along. The post was deleted within hours, but the screenshots and the speculation lived on. And when Robyn was spotted outside a clinic days later, the internet went into overdrive. What no one saw was the pain behind the whispers. The truth wasn't simple. It never is with the Browns. According to family insiders, Robyn had suffered a series of health scares. The pregnancy, whether real or rumored, became a trigger point for every unresolved wound. If it's true, I hope she's okay. But maybe this is Kody's wake-up call to stop chasing control. The statement went viral. Suddenly, old wounds reopened. Fans blamed Robyn for playing victim. Others called out Christine for being cold. Brown family civil war, the pregnancy divide. For Kody and Robyn, this wasn't a new beginning anymore. It was the breaking point. Then came the twist no one saw coming. Public records revealed that the new home wasn't even in Kody's name. It was registered to an LLC created months earlier by Robyn alone. So wait, the pregnancy post wasn't about a baby. It was about a business? Yes. The blessing Robyn referred to wasn't a child. It was a new family-run faith-based jewelry brand. The pregnancy was symbolic, a metaphor for new life, not literal life. Sometimes blessings come in forms we don't expect. I wanted to share ours, but maybe the timing wasn't right. But by then, the damage was done. Fans felt deceived, and the internet backlash was brutal. Robyn's fake pregnancy stunt just killed any sympathy left for her. They've turned faith into clickbait. For a family once built on transparency, this revelation felt like betrayal. Months later, Robyn retreated from the spotlight. No more interviews, no more posts, just quiet. Sources close to the family say Kody has focused on repairing their private life and finding meaning in faith, not fame. I didn't want drama, I wanted hope, but maybe hope and headlines don't mix. For fans, the pregnancy that wasn't became a symbol, not of deceit, but of disillusionment. Maybe the Browns weren't just breaking apart. Maybe they were growing up. In the end, beginnings don't always come with babies or blessings. Sometimes they come with endings and the strength to finally let go. If you thought this twist was wild, wait until you see what Christine and Janelle uncovered in the Sister Wives fallout, Hidden Contracts Confessions. Let's deep dive in full details. Part 3. April 17th. What was meant to be a joyful move to North Carolina became one of the scariest moments of Mykelti and Tony's lives. Tornado warnings were issued that afternoon across Kansas and Missouri, with sustained winds exceeding 90 miles per hour. Christine and David Woolley followed in the lead car, guiding their daughter's family through a storm they thought would pass. But the sky had other plans. I thought, this is it. The babies, Tony, me gone. They made it through. The footage, later shared online, went viral under the ironic title, About Eggplants. What started as a family vlog became a symbol of survival. But as the winds calmed, another storm began, this time in Flagstaff. While Christine's family faced the tornado's wrath, Kody and Robyn were rebuilding what was left of their world. After years of separations, breakups, and public humiliation, they sought a new beginning. He meant it. The others had left. Christine remarried. Janelle found independence. Mary moved on. All Kody had now was Robyn and a fragile dream of renewal. But how do you rebuild when the world doesn't want you to? May 12th. A simple post, 7 words, and the internet erupted. Pregnant at 46? After all the drama, a baby? Is this even real or just TLC PR? Within hours, the post vanished, but screenshots spread like wildfire. According to county property records, the Browns had recently purchased a new home under an LLC. Days later, Robyn was photographed leaving a medical facility, fueling speculation. Was it true? Was Robyn really expecting? Or was this the beginning of another misunderstanding, one that would divide the fandom again? And what happened next connected both storms in a way no one could have predicted. While Mykelti's survival story touched hearts, Kody's silence on Robyn's post raised eyebrows. Behind the scenes, insiders claim that Christine, who had just helped her daughter through the tornado, reached out privately to Robyn. If you're really expecting, I hope it brings you peace, not pressure. But peace was impossible. TLC executives reportedly contacted the family days later, asking to document this new chapter. That request, sources say, ignited a fight between the couples that nearly ended filming for good. For the first time, the sister wives' future hung by a thread, and it wasn't just emotional, it was contractual. Under TLC's 2022 renewal terms, the Browns' contract required at least one major family storyline per cycle. Without it, the show risked cancellation. And suddenly, both storms, the real and the metaphorical, began to look less like coincidence and more like survival tactics. When a leaked document surfaced, everything changed. Fans discovered that the tornado footage was part of a pre-registered TLC project, and Robyn's pregnancy post, a marketing metaphor for the show's relaunch. They staged it? So the tornado and the pregnancy were promos? We trusted them. For viewers who'd grown up watching the Browns, the betrayal felt personal. What was once a story of faith and resilience now felt like manipulation. But as the dust settled, something unexpected happened. Fans didn't turn away. They leaned in. Months later, the truth came out. The tornado was real, though partially dramatized. The pregnancy? A misunderstood brand teaser for a new family business. But the emotional damage, that was no script. In a world where authenticity sells, the Browns blurred the line between reality and storytelling. It wasn't deception, it was desperation. A family trying to stay relevant in a franchise built on heartbreak. I was angry at first, but honestly, I get it. They're surviving just like us. Maybe that's why Sister Wives still matters, because it mirrors life. Messy, flawed, and painfully human. From eggplants to blessings, from storms to silence, the Browns remind us that sometimes the fight to stay together looks nothing like love and everything like survival. Before she became the most talked about wife in America, Robyn Sullivan Brown was a single mother of 3, navigating divorce, debt, and faith. When she met Kody in 2009, she didn't just marry a man, she joined a movement already tearing at the seams. I knew I was walking into something complicated, Robyn once said in season 1, but I believed love could fix anything. 15 years later, that belief would be tested harder than ever, and fans would question whether the woman once seen as the peacemaker had become the lightning rod. While Kody and Robyn rebuilt in silence, Christine Brown had already built something louder: peace. Her remarriage to David Woolley symbolized the independence many Sister Wives viewers secretly craved. So when Christine's daughter nearly faced death in that tornado, fans saw it as poetic, a woman who escaped one storm, now guiding her family through another. Her strength reminded thousands of women that walking away doesn't end the story. Sometimes it begins it. As the tornado footage spread and Robyn's post vanished, the fandom mobilized. Reddit threads ballooned overnight. I tracked the radar no storm that day in that county. Guys, look at the metadata on the Facebook post, something's off. From amateur meteorologists to digital detectives, viewers became the new producers. The Sister Wives audience wasn't passive anymore. It was investigative, emotional, and unstoppable. Behind every televised storm lies paperwork and pressure. TLC's reality talent agreements, obtained through public record in 2023, confirm that cast members consent to dramatic reconstruction for narrative clarity. Translation? reality can be rewritten legally. Experts like media ethicist Dr. Leah Garver explain, audiences assume truth, but contracts assume story. It's a loophole that's blurred truth and performance across nearly all unscripted TV. Weeks after the backlash, the Browns went quiet. No interviews, no statements, just family. Fans called it a retreat. Insiders called it healing. Maybe they finally realized not every chapter needs cameras. For the first time in over a decade, silence spoke louder than confessionals. Perhaps the real story wasn't about who lied, but who learned. Sociologists say the Browns mirror a generation of women balancing belief and autonomy. To many viewers, Robyn became a symbol of submission Christine, of escape and Mykelti, of renewal. That's why we keep watching, not for perfection, but for recognition. Because somewhere between the tornado and the blessing, we see ourselves. In our next investigation, the contracts, the confessions, and the comeback deals that could change the Sister Wives franchise forever. Don't miss the Fallout Files. If this story moved, you hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the Browns went too far, or are they just human? And don't forget, next week, we uncover the truth behind the Sister Wives fallout, hidden contracts confessions.